Mexico Senate committee passes a bill to legalize recreational cannabis, which is cool because I just did a show there.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of after the fact. Famous California music shop Amoeba Records may be selling medical marijuana. Apparently, nobody's buying records anymore.
True, and that's why they're selling the weed.
They've been selling weed from day one back there. This is the Nug Life Radio Show, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. 5 days a week of cannabis education on your FM channel. KNSJ 89.1 San Diego, KSFR. K-Boom, which is not in Vegas and it's not in Baker, but if you break down on that stretch of highway, you could see us out there with the Booker Show.
The Vegas Limbo.
The Vegas Limbo. Yeah. It's either the stretch of road where you regret going or you're excited to get there. So this is the show for you. 760-798-3127. Again, we are a cannabis counterculture show for education for your community. See how I did that? I am your host, cannabis comedian, an educator to all, Medicinal Mike, here with the Nug News correspondent and where the real education comes from, let's be honest. Benji Cooper, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Fantastic. Starting Monday, you'll hear me go, and Dr. Josh Hartzell.
Yeah?
Yep, so we're going to get Dr. Josh more involved, and he'll be our doctor guy.
There'll be so much education. We're going to educate you so hard.
You're gonna wish we didn't educate you so hard. So yeah, we do have a great show today. We're gonna have Spanky Hayes from MTV's Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon. One of our what do you call that when you send the guy out and he's getting all the information and he comes back with it?
A correspondent, a spy.
He's a spy.
A spy.
That's what it is.
He's
our Nug Life spy, Spanky Hayes. He goes out into the MTV world where he is the weed king of MTV. He's pretty much the only one on MTV staff that can run around and go, hey, it's medical.
It's the privilege of being Spanky.
Right, exactly. And it's just been it's been a good day. It's been a sad day and a good day. Sad day because a lot of activists out there throwing a lot of hate around. They're not getting anything done. It's something that ruins my morning every single day when I wake. Not every day. Not every day is ruined. But I wake up and then you see somebody who's supposed to be a pillar of the community who's spending more time picking sides and playing games. So big shout out to you, Cody Donnelly. Yeah, get your game straight. Like I posted, there's a lot of people out there that are doing it properly. Check out Brandon Benefield, who's Real One. He's an activist.
Cool guy.
There's a difference. There's activist and advocate. We are advocates. Our aim is to get paid for teaching and educating you. We are also activists because we do a lot of shows that are just free, but we're always still promoting ourselves in a way. So that kind of, we're advocates.
Yeah.
Activist is somebody who's out there spreading awareness and knowledge with no personal benefit. They're just, this is what I do.
We kind of pull from both camps.
Right. We kind of do. But, I mean, overall, if I'm, like, you could see me this week, February 20th, in Los Angeles for the Lupus Project.
Yes.
So the lupusproject.com. It's not a cannabis event. That's something I do that's free. It doesn't benefit my cannabis career so much, except for I can say I'm doing. So because I said I'm doing that on the radio, I went from activist to advocate.
Yeah.
So, but if you're an activist, be an activist. We know you got a lot of time on your hands, and spread it doing positive stuff, and you will be remembered forever.
There's too much negativity in the world already.
Exactly.
Spread some positivity.
On the plus side, Las Vegas Hemp Fest is coming up June 4th, and it's getting exciting. They're booking big names. Our CBD line, I have a CBD line coming out that I will be moving through comedy shows and events, and it's going to be called Plan C.
Plan C.
You like that? And it will be a CBD subdermal pill. So that you put it in your mouth and it kicks in right away. Sublingual.
Sublingual, yes.
Subdermal. Goes under your skin. A sublingual pill. And then we're going to have a CBD syrup and a CBD pen. And the object of this is I notice when I'm at these events personally that there's a lot of people that are falling on the ground, banging their heads up and doing stuff because they've never medicated at that level before and they want to show off or something. Or they eat a brownie that's too strong. Well, these CBD products will bring you right back to reality real fast, you know.
Are we going to use my slogan?
What's your slogan?
Cannabidiol it down.
I like that. Can we write that down? Cannabidiol it down. So
Nobody's
good.
taking that.
No, that's
I copyrighted it
right
now,
we just
right
said
here
it.
on the radio.
Right, cannabidiol it down.
Yeah.
That's really good. Also, the Chronic Kings of Comedy is moving forward. That's myself, Spanky Hayes from MTV's Wild 'N Out, and Stoner Rob.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a lot of the Chronic Kings that we have, but specifically for this show, we have I can't say who, but I could say it's going to be presented by, it's not all finalized, but it's about to get real thuggish. No. It's about to get real thuggish around here.
Intriguing.
Yeah, but it's going to be real good. We're going to be filming it. Aiming for Netflix is the aim. Doesn't mean that's not where I'm going, but I expect there to be zero problem getting us a Netflix special. And then maybe doing one yearly. You know, the Chronic Kings of Comedy donate a nice portion to, something beneficial that we find. Probably one of the children's funds, of course.
Oh, yeah, that's top notch. Definitely.
And big shout out to marijuana.com.
Yeah, they wrote a good article today.
Today I just saw they put me out as a big cannabis comedian. I haven't even read it all the way through.
No.
Because I was running into the show. But if you check out marijuana.com today, I'm on their cover for their entertainment news. What? No applause?
That's
Nothing?
something
Right.
not everybody can say.
That's right. Yeah. No. So big thanks to them. They make me seem like I've got wings and angels. They're like, he's got kids. He's helping kids. I'm like, no, I just kind of connect the people that help kids to the kids. So I'm more of like the bridge. You don't thank the bridge when you're naming the new lands.
Thank the people who built the bridge.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. I'd like to thank all the people who built me.
So your parents.
My parents. I started writing on Facebook like, hey, thanks to this. And I'm like, what am I accepting an Oscar? I'm just posting a post that here's an article I did. And then I'm like, well, do I name everybody? And if I start naming people, then I'm going to forget somebody. So I just put like Nug Life TV staff, which is like us, Chris from iBud Tender, Chris Cope, Hal Lewis, Benji, Tommy, and everybody. And
we're a small, tight-knit group.
You guys know I love you all. If I don't thank you personally on your Facebooks, you're not sharing my crap anyway. So, that's what they get. What do we got coming up? February 13th, the Harbor Collective out in Mission Bay. In San Diego is having their grand opening show. I'll be hosting and performing at that. Stand-up comedy, because sit-down comedy is not really acceptable.
No, it's
lazy.
Lazy comedy.
And then the 15th, we have the C-List 215 Americans for Safe Access show. That's going to be fantastic. All benefits going to Americans for Safe Access. So, see, I'm an advocate there because I don't get paid at the show. It's all volunteer, but... if everything goes wrong, I take the heat.
Of course. That's how it always works.
Right. So happy to help out. I don't belong to any one group. I belong to all of you groups. Normal, CCHI, Americans for Safe Access. Nothing I love more than watching groups work together towards a common goal.
We're all on the same side. We're all looking for the same thing.
Right. And if you're not doing that and working towards the same thing, you're kind of just wasting your time and everyone around you. And, save it.
It's like get in line or help out or get out of the way.
Right. Take that crap to the DMV.
Yeah.
This is a Nug Life Radio Show, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. Again, big shout out to New Mexico. The committee has just passed a bill to legalize recreational marijuana, and they need it out there. It's now the movie capital of the world because everybody's filming out there. It's super cheap to film, so Mad Max and
Westerns are back in, right?
Right, all these desert or anything that's out in the dirt, apocalypse films.
Okay. Well, they still got a little bit of ways to go on this. It's the Senate committee, so now it goes to the Senate, and if they pass it, then it'll go to the House, and then if they pass it, it'll go to the voters to vote on in November, which 61% of them, according to a poll last month, support legalizing cannabis.
Oh, so it's going over the edge out there.
That's the way it's going.
Well, good. It's a poor state, man. They need some money out there. Everywhere that's desert, they don't have a lot of economy going through it. Everybody now is working in the film industry out there, it seems like.
This would be a great industry that would go hand in hand with that, I would think.
We could do a movie in New Mexico.
A marijuana movie in New Mexico.
760-798-3127. A higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. Feel free to give us a call if you have something to say that you need your voice heard. We're the place to do it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with some more cannabis and some more education. Nug Life Radio.
I'm seeing green.
Welcome back to the Nug Life Radio Show, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. I'm your host, Medicinal Mike, here with your better-looking host, Benji Cooper, the Nug News correspondent.
Oh, yeah.
We're here. We're doing it. On the show, as always, our super spy in the celebrity world. He is the up-to-date
informant
on everything cannabis and Hollywood, and anything that is funny usually comes from him, or I've stolen it from his original set. Welcome to the show, Spanky Hayes. How you doing, Spanky?
Thank you. Yeah.
You're having a killer week this week, man, and you sound fantastic.
Thank you. I'm feeling it this week, man.
You did a whole bunch of Wild and Out episodes.
Yes, sir.
Anything special happen there or awesome besides the fact that you are the MTV cannabis god?
I actually got praised for that, actually. Everyone knows it's starting to work. The secret is out.
So they're not P-testing you anymore. They know just not waste their time. Just pass the cup past Spanky.
Pointless.
Pass the cup past Spanky.
They just follow the smell to find me.
So is there any new talent or anybody that you would pay special attention to, or did you just roast them out and school them as you do every single year?
You pretty much seen the movie already, Michael. It is what it is. Undefeatable. I'm like Creed right now. I'm looking at Creed, so I feel like Creed.
On fire.
Part 2 coming.
So now, are you allowed to talk about the new project you were talking with me about earlier with MTV?
Yeah. I guess you could say that. Yeah, I guess, well, let's let it unfold a little bit, but let's just say Yo MTV Rap.
It rhymes with Yo MTV Raps.
Right.
Right. Right. Rhymes with Yo MTV Raps and rap music and videos. Old 80s black video rap.
It's like playing what is that? The Secret Pyramid, the $10,000 pyramid.
Oh, right.
And he's giving you all the words that they say on the bottom and the white. It's like, ding. Oh, can't say that. Ding. Okay. Yo MTV Raps.
Right.
So Spanky Hayes is gonna be the new face. You're getting around like crazy. Yo MTV Raps was like the hottest show.
Mr. Nick Cannon, man. Mr. Nick Cannon does all that, man. He provides all that.
Oh, this week he's Mr. Nick Cannon.
Ah, distinguished.
That's right, distinguished. The gentleman Nick Cannon.
Exactly.
Well, we're big fans of his and big fans of yours. We want to go over some news stories with you and get the Spanky Hayes Hollywood cannabis approach. Right now, California senators introduces 15% medical marijuana tax bill. So they're trying to get more money off of us and tax everybody. How do you tax medicine?
That's a good question. That's what I was wondering, because that's a thing that's not really done, right?
Yeah, I always thought medicine should be free, right?
Yeah, no, not apparently. Well, it's not free.
Maybe not free, but tax-free.
You got to
like
pray
food
for Vicodin.
Because, if like food is a necessity. Medicine's a necessity. So they don't tax those
Vicodin
things.
should be free, man.
If Vicodin was free, this world would have collapsed 14 years ago. It'd have been the end of society. I'd probably be on Wild and Out with Spanky because it would just be me and left. It would just, I'd be like the short fat kid at the basketball team, but everyone else just drank cyanide. I'm the only one still standing.
It'd be a completely different show.
It would be the uncoolest show. Spanky. Shinnecock Indian, this is right by your home, Spanky. Shinnecock Indian Nation to cultivate and sell medical marijuana in New York. So they found a loophole, and the Indians will be now selling medical marijuana throughout New York City.
That is awesome. New York should have been had weed, man. They sell it all everywhere anyway, so might as well,
Why do you think they don't have it yet, being there's so many people?
Probably, I don't know, man. I think they just wanted to control them and make them all like lab rats like they are, and then eventually give them the medicine to calm down. But New York definitely needs medicine.
Well, and they don't have any, as far as the legal system is concerned, they don't have any smokable forms of it. All they have there is oil.
The Indian reservation, the Native Americans?
Well, actually, yes. But I was actually referring to the state system. It's all pills and oils and stuff like that. But there is part of the ordinance that the tribal council approved, and it includes a requirement that the operation be governed by state law. So no smokable.
If you take
marijuana.
it medicinally, and you tell people I take it medicinally, then you should not have any problem taking a pill, you know, a patch, a vape pen, a water, whatever they want to give it to you in. You should not have any smiles. As a recreational smoker, I like my weed, I like my wax, you know, and all that good stuff there.
Love it in all forms.
In all forms. What's your favorite form, Spanky?
I want to say dabbing.
Really?
Yeah, I think I want to say dabbing is a great form to me. I like dabbing.
Now, what is your preference for dabbing? If you're dabbing, you want to dab with?
I want to dab with, like, what you mean, like the concentrate? What kind of concentrate?
Right. What kind of concentrates do you prefer?
CBD, really. I like CBD.
Or you like that focus and get that upper, get up and go high?
Yeah, I like that. I like the cherry taste of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you like that terp.
It tastes like a cherry lifesaver.
Like them terps.
Yeah,
Have
like
you
that
seen the new
earthy-
crystalline CBD that's come out? It's recently. All the events are popping it out, and it looks very similar. In one form, it looks like meth. Like it looks like rocks, like little big salt crystal meth rocks. But it's a CBD straight. I've seen a THCA straight, and at first when I brought it home, you know, nobody even wanted me to touch their rig with it.
Oh.
Right? They're like, no, we don't know what that is, blah, blah, blah. And then finally I got clued in that anything in its raw form, anything organic, chemical, or whatnot, is going to look like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there's a guy that makes it a jelly, too. I'm a little more comfortable smoking with the jelly.
That stuff, once it loses its moisture,
Turns
it
into the
turns
crack
into that
again.
white stuff, which is still dabbable, definitely, and it tastes great.
Spaggy, you tried that
I
yet?
love it. Yeah, I had it at the HempCon.
Now, you
What
don't
was
think
that?
it's Guild Extracts made that. And
I think I like it. I like it. It
not
was
too
good.
strong. Like, it was strong. For me, I was stuck on the recreational speaking. It was awesome. I got stuck on stupid.
The flavor is what really surprised me because, like you said, it tastes like cherry, which you wouldn't expect from a cannabis plant, but it does.
Usually that's added terpene.
Is it added?
Yeah, any
Okay.
flavors, because in its raw form, it'll just taste like steam or air, but they probably put a little love into it.
It doesn't have any smell to it, I noticed. Because normally
doesn't.
when you take a dab, you can smell it in the air. It's got kind of that kind of sweet scent. This stuff, I couldn't detect anything in the air afterwards.
Right, so CBD seems like it's taking over. Everyone used to want to get slowed down, and now everyone's just kind of looking for focus.
Yeah, we're looking for the focus.
Focused. Spanky Hayes, how do people find you, Spanky?
Oh, man, I don't want them to find me, man. I'm on the run.
He's like, I'm hiding now.
Turn on the TV.
I don't need them to find me. Just look at the TV.
Besides, every single day on MTV's Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon and Spanky Hayes, who is just awesome in every form. You could see him hosting cannabis events, 215 events. He's going to be hosting over at the Las Vegas Hemp Fest June 4th, and you can find him at I Am Spanky Hayes. Is that right?
I'm Spanky Hayes.
Yeah, I am Spanky Hayes, or I'm?
No, like I am Spanky Hayes.
Okay.
And then, or just go on Twitter. Instagram, Spanky Hayes. Don't even confuse yourself. Regular old Spanky Hayes, brothers.
Google.
So
I was telling him to Google you.
Yeah, or Google me.
Yeah.
And further your question, I'm really fond of jet
Fuel?
Jet fuel, the flavor jet fuel.
Yeah, the jet fuel OG.
You know, that's one that I'm hearing is getting all kinds of love right now, but I don't remember ever having it before. That might be one of the ones that kind of slipped past me. What's it taste like, Spank?
It is OG strain of like the original OG, and
got
it's
that-
like I don't know what the other
That
thing
woodsy snap in the back of your throat, kind of. There's a taste bud called the umagu, I think it's called, and that's how you taste terpene.
That's also a tribe in South America.
Is it really?
Yeah, no.
Spanky Hayes from MTV's Wild and Out, Nick Cannon. Thank you for spending your time with us, sir. We're going to take a quick break. And
hey, can I shout out Flint, Michigan, man. Flint, Michigan, we love you all the way all over the world. Flint, Michigan. I'm from Detroit, but Flint, Michigan, having the water crisis, man.
I've seen that. All the water is brown. Just real quick, though, fill everyone in who might not know on what's going on with Flint, Michigan, Spanky.
Well, Flint, Michigan has like lead in their water right now, and it's not drinkable at all. So they had like people like Puffy, like Mark Wahlberg, Spanky Hayes, and Hustle Water, and a lot of other people that go down there and donate water and their time because they cannot drink water. So if anybody listening to this,
what's causing that though?
Water,
people trying to save money in local government.
No, this is very serious. They can't bathe.
But what's causing the water to do that? Who's taking the blame?
It was city government trying to save money.
Something.
And would they have a pipe main break?
I can't remember the exact details on it, but
we're gonna have to check that out. I just recently saw this week, and they're showing you they turn on their faucets, and it is like mud pouring out. Like they can't bathe, they can't wash their teeth, they can't,
Exactly.
From what I understand, there's more places around the country that have that same problem too.
Really?
So this is not just isolated in Flint. It's in multiple places in the
but
country.
Flint has the worst outcome of it.
Yeah, they got it pretty bad there.
People are eventually going to get tired of the government causing situations like this, oil spills and bad water and levees that are too low and things that can be prevented in order to save money when they spend so much on themselves, like so much.
Frivolously.
Right. They're all making $1 million a year. And, everybody who makes less than $30,000 a year ends up taking the blunt of this, and Flint, Michigan, not a rich area.
No.
Which is why you always see this happening, because you tend to find out. What's the demographic in Flint?
I would say a lot of blacks, a little bit of white. We have an Hispanic community, and we have a lot of Arabic people there. Very poverty-stricken there.
Yeah, big melting pot. You don't see that stuff happening like La Jolla or...
But the best food, though. The best food in the world.
Really? Flint, Michigan. What are they known for?
Not Flint, Michigan. Detroit has the best food in the world. Flint, Michigan, not sure what they're known for.
Yeah,
they're an hour and 10 minutes away from where I'm from, but I still, care about I got some family out there.
I'm sure the food is just as good an hour away.
Right.
Don't drink the sauce. Spanky, thank you for taking the time with the show today. We appreciate you, brother, every time. And you're going to come on again this week with us and give us some more celebrity news?
Sure.
You're the only real celebrity we know.
Well, there it is. And it will always be like that.
Hey, we appreciate you. Spanky, the only celebrity to take the time.
To talk to us on the radio.
That stung. It took a second. Spanky, the only celebrity out there. Thank you, Spanky. We appreciate you. To take the time to give us your cannabis news, your education, tell you what's going on in the real world, because that's where he is living. You can see Spanky and follow him on I am Spanky Hayes on Instagram, tweeters. Make sure you follow him and everything he's doing. And he's hosting a lot of shows, too. He's getting out there now. You can see me and him hosting on separate stages at the Las Vegas Hemp Fest. There are 3 stages.
Looking forward to that.
And 3 stages. That's also a hint.
3.
This is the Nug Life Radio Show, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community, and that's Spanky Hayes. Watch him every day on MTV's Wild and Out with Nick Cannon on MTV. And we'll be back. Cannabis Education, 760-798-3127. We're coming back with news.
I'm seeing green, packing my ball. I'm starting up this hit here on Nug Life Radio. Don't you know Nug Life Radio?
Now, from around the world, around the country, around the corner, around and around and around we go. It's Nug Life Radio, Nug Knows with Benji.
Americans for Safe Access Executive Director Steph Shearer and Michael Krawitz from Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access joined with organizations from around the world yesterday to meet and prepare for the United Nations General Assembly Special Session on Drug Policy in April, or UNGAS 2016. Their goal was to provide input for member states in the negotiations of the outcome document to be presented at UNGAS 2016, and urging that global medical cannabis policies be included. In the last special session that the UN held in 1999, the focus was on the elimination of illegal drugs and drug trafficking. This time, patients, citizens, and reform groups are urging the UN to change their obsolete approach to drug policy. Shearer says that the current international policies on cannabis are outdated and are having a detrimental impact on patients in the United States and worldwide. New policies should take into account new clinical research, product safety protocols for cannabis cultivation, manufacturing and distribution, and global patient needs.
It's good to see that Americans for Safe Access, or any group, but it's especially to see one that we work with, doing good things like that and getting out above and beyond local rock throwing.
And this is a whole collaboration of people from, domestically and other countries, and actually our own Dennis Boisvert was
Dennis
there.
in New York.
He's on his way home now.
POW 420.
He was one of the people representing there at the UN.
I didn't list him today on my awesome people who work for free post with Adela and Dennis. Damn it. That's why I don't like listing people's names in any kind of post to give them recognition, because I forget. There's so many out there doing great things, and I forget.
You just have a list.
Adela Falk and Dennis Boisvert are floating angels. POW 420. Dennis, you can hear with us usually every Tuesday. He comes into the show and sits in with us and gives us everything you need to know on surviving any kind of dealings with law enforcement, especially incarceration. Yeah, and they give a voice.
Very knowledgeable on those subjects. He's done a lot of work. He's had a lot of influence over the years here in San Diego. Had some influential interactions legally.
He's had a lot of influence by having influential interactions.
Yes, he's been involved in a lot of the medical marijuana goings on and dealings in San Diego, and now he's taken it to an international level with the UN.
I wonder how do they get around. That's truly a nonprofit. And I don't mean a nonprofit in the sense like people are giving them money to do what they do and they cover costs. They are all out of pocket. Like there's a big difference. That's an activist. Like they are out of pocket.
And they get stuff done too.
They get a lot done. Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Shout out to Adela. Love your dreads.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. What else you got in the news?
Political leaders across the United States are calling for a policy response to the rampant abuse of opioid drugs, one that doesn't repeat mistakes of past policies. In a letter sent Monday to the Center for Disease Control, Senator Elizabeth Warren is urging the agency to assist in alleviating the opioid epidemic in the country. In the letter, she asked CDC head Thomas Frieden to explore every opportunity and tool available to work with states and other federal agencies on ways to tackle the opioid epidemic and collect information about alternative pain relief options. Those alternatives should include pot.
Pot.
Yes. Warren went on to ask Frieden to work with other federal health agencies.
Give us our pot.
That's how she worded it. She went on to ask Frieden to work with other federal health agencies to look into how medical marijuana is or isn't working to quell dependence on highly addictive prescription drugs, and to research the impact of the legalization of medical and recreational marijuana on opioid overdose deaths.
Wow. One thing is it comes down to this, and that is it more important to them that people are dying every single day in mass amounts from opiate overdoses and it's ruining even more lives, or their judgments on cannabis and their assumptions on, all their crap from the 1930s?
And they're not like doctors and the pharmaceutical industry. They shouldn't have a financial vested interest in.
I wonder what the panic is for people like cotton, pharmaceuticals, and all these industries that are going to be heavily affected by hemp and cannabis legalization. They have got to be just squeezing right now, squeezing every last drop that they can get.
All these industries that they've enjoyed pretty much a monopoly over ever since hemp and cannabis were criminalized.
Done.
They got to start be sweating right now because hemp That's starting to be legalized cultivation across the country. There's different states, South Dakota. There's some other
New
ones.
Mexico's shocking. They just like introduced medical marijuana, and they're right behind. They're like, you know what? We want to go recreational right away.
Yeah, theoretically they could have it legalized by this fall.
I tell you, I follow the trend. So if California doesn't keep up, I go. I stayed in Vegas for like 25 years, and I did what I could for marijuana out there on a very illegal front, and then come out to California, and you think, hey, we're going to be the forefront, the spearhead of this, and all of a sudden, hey, what do you mean Denver's recreational? Well, wait, Washington did what? You're like, okay, and now when New Mexico's doing it, we're the stepchild now.
We're catching up though. I mean,
I don't hear anything recreational for California even coming up close. They're still fighting over how to do the medical.
Right. Well, and
because they rushed it
with the recreational, they're trying to figure out which initiative to go with because there's a bunch of them right now.
Is it the CCHI and the MCJ? Dang it,
there's several of them, but none of them.
There's two that are really going at each other's odds. I'm actually going to be educating myself on that this week, as will Benji. You know what we're doing tomorrow, Benji? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you later. We'll tell you later. We got some cool news. What else you got in the news?
Well, the Greenleaf Wellness Dispensary opened their doors this week in Hot Springs, California, and they're advertising free cannabis for cancer patients and veterans.
Stupid.
To qualify, patients need to show a diagnosis or a DD-214 discharge papers from the military. Taking part in the program will not affect veterans' federal benefits. President of the American Cannabis Chamber of Commerce, Ian Armstrong, says Greenleaf Wellness is the only dispensary that has a medical program that will give free medication to cancer patients.
Nope.
It's not that they just give away free medication. It's through the Tier 3 program. They actually coordinate with the oncologist for the cancer patient with tracking logs to allow the doctor and patient to view in-depth data about how cannabis can actually help the individual. Funding for the medication comes from Armstrong's cultivation operations in the state, as well as 5-Star Edibles and other business ventures.
No.
Why not?
Here's the different things that I'm going to tell you and why I feel about that. One, there have been multiple co-ops forever in California giving free meds to cannabis patients for life. Balboa Medical Center, which I ran, did it very much often. I lost a lot of good friends. Along with many others. Everywhere I went, it's a hands down. Somebody comes in with cancer, you don't charge them. They need their meds. You take that seriously. Veterans will swamp the place. They will shut that place down in a week because there are so many. Let that out to the Weed for Warriors. That's all you got to do. Weed for Warriors. Green Life Dispensary has free weed for life. That's 5,000 members, all California.
Well, if they want to do that, then
it's a
that's
great
up to them.
concept. And if it was backed by a government agency, like you see great hearts, but it impossible.
Well, they are working with the doctors, too, which I haven't seen before. I don't know about you. But
I've never seen that.
This is different. They're actually working with oncologists for cancer patients so they can actually track the patient's progress with the cannabis rather than just being like, here you go, smoke this or eat this or whatever, and send them on their way.
So I wonder if they're using them for a study or something. It sounds great, and it sounds great. And if it wasn't such a limited resource, cannabis is not everywhere, and there's not a giant field. It is illegal and hard to grow. For the most part, you can't just plant a bunch of cannabis in your backyard. It's limited. There's limited amounts. Co-ops are only allowed to carry up to 2 pounds, or something to that, X amount per patient, and they can only have, I can't see if all the veterans came out. It could potentially be damaging. If they said the first 200 veterans or something like that. But California is a military state. We got a Navy base, a Marine Corps base. They're all here, and they all smoke weed. So I think it's a great gesture. I think bad business planning unless you have serious funding backing that up. Serious funding.
Guess we'll see how it goes. He does have cultivation operations as well as edibles and some other ventures. So
I wish him the best.
Yeah, and for patients that truly need the medicine, I think this would be an awesome thing. And I think
maybe let's reach out to him and get him on the show.
If more dispensaries did this, the world would be a better place. I think.
Where are they located? Do you know?
It's at Hot Springs, California.
Hot Springs.
So I think that's down here somewhere in Southern California.
Green Life, we are looking for you. We want to hear how you're going to do this because I'm a skeptic. I love the fact that you're giving out free meds to the cancer patients, and know that you are not the first doing it. We all love our patients, and we all try to help them out, so don't claim that. You would be the first giving out free to all veterans. All veterans?
As long as they have, it said the DD-214.
Yeah, that's your
discharge papers.
discharge papers. All veterans.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eric Knowles. I hope you're listening.
So if everybody wants to drive to Hot Springs, wherever you live,
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I was in for 11 days. What do you think I can get? Like a pre-roll? Like a bite of someone else's brownie?
Never hurts to ask, Mike. What can you get? All this thing to do is say no.
Is that the news?
Yeah, that's the news.
That's the news. This is the Nug Life Radio Show, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. That was Benji Cooper, the Nug News correspondent, with his Nug News.
Oh, yeah.
Nug News. We're going to be right back after these messages. If you're listening to music, it's because you're listening to us on nugliferadio.com. If you're listening to commercials, it's because you're listening on one of the FM stations. If you're watching us, that's Nug Life TV. Keep watching or listening. Whatever.
I'm seeing green, packing my ball. I'm sparking up this hits here on Nug Life Radio. Don't you know Nug Life Radio?
The following portion of the program is to be used for educational purposes only. Please, no wagering. It's Nug Life Radio. Weed Smarts.
That's nice. Using drops that we never get to use. This is Nug Life Radio, a higher level of education for the cannabis counterculture community. If you want to watch Weed Smarts, that's a show. It started out as a bit we were going to do on the radio, and we got a cool bumper for it. But now we film it for Nug Life TV, and that's where we go out and talk to regular people or celebrities or activists or whoever we're targeting that day, and we ask them cannabis trivia questions like, what does CBD stand for? And then they answer, can't be determined or something dumb, and then we tell them
to answer it.
it's cannabidiol. So cannabidiol it down. No.
Yes.
This is Nug Life Radio, 760-798-3127. If you're watching on Nug Life TV, the sexy guy in the middle is our free jailbird, our man on the inside, Nicholas Verboom. That's you.
Yep. Yes, it is definitely.
He's like, what? Why would you say that? Let's find out who's calling. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Andrew.
Andrew.
And I'm calling from Gilroy, California today.
Back in Gilroy.
What are you doing out there in the garlic capital of the world, Andrew?
I went to go check on my mom's because I just got back home in town. I got off at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was like an all-day trip, and I got back at 2:30, so she kept on calling and texting and asking where I'm at. I didn't want her to know because I didn't want to hear the complaint, so she said, come cut the grass, and so I hurried up and got home and cut the grass, and now I'm back at home. And
Very detailed
I'm
story.
listening to you guys.
Nice.
Listening to your guys' show and medicating and taking it easy, you know?
How do you like the show today, buddy?
That sounds pretty cool. I hear this guy Nicholas over there. I know this guy Nicholas.
Andrew, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. You're
Nick,
from the vape company, right?
That's
I
good.
forget the name of it.
Close enough. Top-notched baked edibles.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I
And
remember.
Nicholas is guinea pigging his own new Twix moon pie thingy.
It is it's working.
It's working.
Oh,
So
yeah?
good.
So,
That's cool.
yeah. Andrew, you want to give some shout-outs?
I wanted to tell you guys my favorite thing, my new thing that I like to do. I like to do the gold extracts, too, and I like to dab. I don't like to do flowers because it's like a waste of my money.
That's the problem when you start dabbing. That's what they don't tell you. When you start smoking concentrates, because the THC levels and all the cannabinoids are so much higher, and we're talking like 80% versus 22%, that would be in a flower, your tolerance level is through the roof. And that means that after a week of dabs, your marijuana flower doesn't do it for you anymore. You're just smoking for decoration.
Because one dab is like taking an entire bowl in one hit, at least.
Yeah, well, it's 10 grams of flour traditionally to make 1 gram of concentrate
Okay,
hash.
so about 10 times as strong as.
Yeah, it's a punch.
yeah.
It's a punch.
You're smoking like 3 joints at every hit.
Every single
Practically.
hit.
And it couldn't taste better.
Yeah, it tastes awesome. I wanted to give a shout out to Camo. I got to see Camo when I was out there in Fresno, and he's got a sesh coming up on Saturday. I'm not sure. It's called something sesh. I'm not really sure. And
Something
who else
sesh.
would I
It's a
see?
sesh.
Sounds camouflage.
I don't know the name
Yeah,
of
it
it.
is
but
Camo.
he'll
His
probably
name's
get back to
Camo,
you
and
on
it's the
that.
something sesh. That's awesome.
I got to see Bobby Dabs when I was out in Fresno too.
Bobby
I
Dabs
got
does
to see his
dabs.
new- Yeah, all day.
He said,
He,
Mikey Dabs does jokes.
We kept passing him at
Cannabis Cup.
the cannabis cup.
He's got that microphone out there, and he's just like, Bobby Dabs does dabs. He goes, Medi Mike tells jokes.
Or does dab.
Medi Mike
Crack
don't do
jokes.
dabs.
Many Mike cracks jokes all day long.
Cracks
There you go.
jokes, not jokes
Yeah,
about
there
crack.
you go.
Andrew,
I
thanks
don't
for
do no
calling in,
crack.
brother. We love you. Give your shout-outs.
I want to give a shout out to Auntie's Edibles and to Francisco over at Nine Catering. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Trip Boone over at
Big Trip.
CCHI Radio.
100-Pound Club,
And I
Hemp
want
Radio.
to give Smoky Hash.
Smoky Hash, the most freely promoted person in the Nug Life radio
And
show.
Tommy Lucero, the Roach, and also Paul Brumbra.
Never heard of either of those gentlemen.
Yeah, you know who Tommy the Roach is.
Big shout out to
That's
Tommy
good.
Lucero and Paul Brumbaugh. You can hear him on
Yeah.
San Francisco radio. Andrew, thanks for calling, brother. We appreciate you.
Yeah, much love. Thank you.
All right,
Later.
760-798-3127. You're free to call in the show. Andrew calls in weekly. He's a superstar. I
Carlos
love-
worker.
I feel weird. When Andrew misses a week, it throws us completely off.
It does feel off.
It throws
Like
you off. You
Something's
feel
missing
empty.
from life.
Dr. Josh Hartzell has got a great book that just came out. Man, I'm trying to download it now so I could read it. I had some issues, so I get it downloaded tonight. But it's like it's something that's inter organic something. But he's a PhD chemistry, organic
Right.
chemistry, and he's going to be our co-host starting Monday. We get some Dr. Josh action, so we'll find a couple days a week to have Dr. Josh. Then we'll have Dennis on Tuesdays, and we got Spanky on Thursdays. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you would like to join us out there in the beautiful town of, where's it at? Not La Mesa. It's
National City?
National City.
Is it?
I don't know. It's called Revitalize, and it's down in the San Diego area. Revital_ice, and we are going to be frozen like Han Solo. It's a therapy. Right? Curious, Nick?
Yeah, was this?
It's cryogenic freezing.
Did
It put-
Michael Jackson do this?
Something similar. And what it is it's good for your body. It's another therapy. We're all about alternative therapies and healing. And allegedly, because I haven't tried it yet, it burns 800 calories and it gets rid of muscle soreness instantly. And I just started the gym up again because I'm turning into a freaking pumpkin.
I think they use liquid nitrogen.
No way.
I think so.
Do they? Is it like Demolition Man? What do they spritz you with liquid nitrogen?
I'm still looking it up here.
Okay, so we're gonna do that tomorrow morning, and then they've got flotation therapy, where it's not where they deprivate your senses, but they do the opposite. They fill your senses, so it's got eye pictures for looking at.
Visual stimulation.
Right, visual stimulation, audio stimulation, and then you're in the water and.
That sounds awesome.
It sounds that part sounds good. Being frozen cryogenically, and then they drop the little blue drop into the water, and they cut you out with the laser beam.
Is it alleged because it's illegal?
We're
or
gonna
is
wake
this
up
legal?
40 years later, is what's gonna happen, and we're gonna have to fight a criminal from the future that only we can specify because we have our past skills.
Do we get superpowers?
It better be a superpower. I
Oh,
can't
I hope
imagine how
so.
this is therapy. I mean, I know it's therapeutic, but I'm extremely scared because it's different. I've never been in an ice chamber.
Yeah, the pictures that I did actually look up a little bit on this a couple days ago, and it's like some
It's like a metal box.
It's a thing you get inside your head, and top of your shoulders I think are sticking out, but the chamber goes down to negative 300 something degrees, I
How
believe.
do you not die?
That's that's what I'm wondering. You're not supposed to
You're
be
going
in temperatures
first.
that cold, right?
You're totally going first.
Oh, God.
You're totally going first. You're totally going first. We're gonna bring the cameras and we're gonna film it for Nug Life TV. You guys
You're
can
gonna
watch
be
this.
dragging me.
You're totally going first for this, and then we'll come back during the day. We can do a show. What's tomorrow? Friday?
Tomorrow's Friday.
We might take it off tomorrow. We might take it off tomorrow because we're going to be frozen in the morning. And then we have to go up to Weed Maps. Big shout out to Weed Maps. And thank you again to Weed Maps and pick up their swag because we're going to throw all their stuff off stages and stuff for the rest of our lives. They're giving us free stuff that we can give away on the radio.
Right on.
So we'll have a bunch of shirts and sweaters and I don't know, months of service. They should do that. Give away 1 free month of service to like the 10th caller.
Ooh, that's a big prize.
Vendors call
That's
like
a good
crazy.
prize.
1 gold coin star package.
Your leaf is yellow for this month.
This has been a great show today. Big thank you to Spanky Hayes from MTV's Wild and Out with Nick Cannon. Thanks for taking the time again to give us our celebrity news.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Nick Verboom, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to finally see you guys. You guys are busy.
We are busy.
Yeah.
Like a midget in Mexico. Busy.
Okay. Keep working. It's okay. Keep working. Try again. Do another one. We're busy like a squirrel in a wool sock. Like, come on.
Squirrel in a wool sock? I've never heard that one.
You ever trap a squirrel in a wool sock?
No.
He's busy.
A beaver? Busier than a
He is
beaver?
busy. Thank you, everybody, again, for calling. Andrew, we appreciate you. Sorry to the callers I don't answer. For the first 3 segments, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I really don't answer the phones. You guys are calling, but we still have the important stuff to get out. And then in this last segment, depending on we're doing a 1 or 2 hour show, then you will get a mouthful of us.
But we're just doing 1 hour.
Right. So. I don't know if I have any guests tomorrow. So if I didn't book anybody important tomorrow, we're going to take it off because we have an important Weed Maps thing, and we want to go down there, make our faces known, and get free lunch.
Yeah.
Because they feed.
They do.
I don't know if you've ever been to the Weed Maps office, but that is probably a step away from Google. Like 1 unicycle in the office away from Google.
They got a pretty cool office.
They do. They've got a free bar. Like they feed their employees, and there's food everywhere. And then there's their green room, and it's a good place, man.
Gift shop, and
there's a gift shop. There is a gift shop. That's right. There's a gift shop at work. Imagine going to work and you're like, oh, I work for Cyberdyne, and then you leave and you can buy a Cyberdyne sweater. Like I had a great Wednesday here at Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne
but
Nug.
yeah, Weed Maps has that. So if you had a great Wednesday at Weed Maps, you as an employee can go down to the gift shop, and I would assume that nobody gets a discount because it's for the employees. It's all employees there.
Right.
No discount.
Promo.
No discount. This is the Nug Life Radio Show. Big thanks again to marijuana.com. Go to marijuana.com if you want to grab some Nug news and you want to read about me, because I'm the top of their entertainment column right now. Big shout out to California Sap, Achilleos, Pirate Candy, CBD Living Water, and Doc, Zach. Whatever company you're repping, I want to get him on the show as fast as possible. And I love everybody. So everybody love each other, and we'll have a great day. We'll be back again probably Monday. It's a 4-day weekend for everyone else. It's like President's Day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a holiday tomorrow. My kid doesn't go to school. We don't have to be here.
Monday's a holiday for
Monday's
us.
a holiday too.
For us.
Right. So it's we got a 4-day weekend coming up.
2:15.
Oh, that's right. So we'll be 2:15. You can see us at Seedless. Check that out. We'll be down there on the 13th. We're going to be at Harbor Medical Center, Medical Marijuana, I don't know, MMCC, Harbor Collective. Check it out. Follow the Facebook event pages or anything else that you need. But it's a big grand opening show. It's going to be great. Lots of freebies and giveaways. Bring your 215 card. We'll see you there. Thank you, everybody. This is Nug Life Radio. We'll be back again tomorrow, but it's a holiday, so not really.
Peace.
I'm seeing green.